come on in. This is for the end of April into May of 2026. Yeah, come on in, relax. All you have to do is listen, right? I'm not really taking cards yet. I'm not even going to look at them. If you have Virgo in your chart anywhere, there should be a message in here somewhere for you, hopefully. That's the fact. That's what we're aiming for, right? That's what we're trying to get out there. All right, so let's get down. Spirit guides, universe, angels, ancestors, possible friends of Virgos who may have crossed over, the higher galactic beings that may be overseeing this act of divination, after all, and the ascended masters. Please come in today and help guide and give us messages for people's best and highest good in a way that we can all understand. Please and thank you. Yeah, okay. First one out, water and creation. I like this. This is beautiful. Something's very creative. It looks like it's very healing. Whoops, I just dropped it. Hold on one second. Hello, everybody. Popping in and out. Sorry about that. All right. Yeah, it looks very peaceful with all the doves and you know, some of you may be older now, you know, representing an elder of some sort. Now I have silence and snow. This is in your present. Something feels maybe a little empty, a little quiet, or very quiet. It's healing, actually, is what I'm getting right next to it. Something about that. Okay. Outer core. Fluidity. Yeah, going with the flow. Going within. I really like this. You can see she's beautiful. She's covered up, so YouTube should be okay with it. She is covered. She's got her hand over her boob. But yeah, I feel like somebody very peaceful, loving soul going within, you know, hope, fear, challenge, and homework. The sun, the light, right? Healing, energy, creativeness, right? This is really looking at things head on as well, I'm feeling. But ultimately, it's about growth. It's about, I really like it. It's Trump. So, you know, I like it. Now we have connection and the biome. The connection of things. Maybe running into some old friends in the next couple weeks. I'm not sure, but I do feel the connection, like you're feeling the rippling water effect, or someone is. Something like that. Somebody may be hearing something important pop out. Keep your ears open, right? Spirit's always in dialogue with you. Even if you hear something on the radio or something you overhear in a conversation, maybe there's a reason for that, right? Well, there's always a reason for everything, but you know what I mean. Up in the air. Something is up in the air, flighty, ungrounded. Somebody's healing after somebody that was very ungrounded. Something that was ungrounded. Something that brought you down, I feel. You know, so did you have an energy that was holding you back or something? Now I have bad timing. A little too late. Taken, not ready to love again. Somebody needs to heal. The silence, right? Healing from the past of those unflighty, ungrounded energies. Okay, something like that. That's where we're starting from. Show me some Moa. Boundaries, fluidity, going with the flow. Somebody's tired of being disrespected. Enough is enough. Defend yourself. I like it. I'll show it to you. Oops, I'm only taking the one. Well, I'll take it, whatever. There's an extra. All right, so crowning you with the fluidity in your inner core. Yeah, you're sick of being disrespected. We need to put down boundaries. See, when people disrespect someone, it's because they don't respect themselves. And unfortunately, that's very true, right? Established, settled, secure, wealthy. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework, the light. Somebody is settled. Somebody, this is a Ferrari in the picture, you know? Um, Somebody has a safety net or something, maybe. Yeah, I see a lot of healing here, which is nice. Very nice. Somebody does. Feminine energies, gentleness, nurturing, mothering. Somebody could be a mom out there, right? There's a lot of mothers in this world. If you're not, if it's not a female that I'm representing, flip and flop your genders and energies, right? But either way, oh, we have father figure here. So we're talking, I don't know, you're going to have to place it. There's authority, discipline, and father figure coming through. Okay. And the connection of the biome, the community, right? This could be a team, mother, father team connected in the community that or something. That was the extra one. Okay. That was the extra one. So is this like are we talking about like three people, three situations? I don't know yet. Late bloomer. There's an age gap or an immature attitude. Out of sync, needs more time. Yeah, this late bloomer, bad timing, a little too late. Very unflighty and ungrounded energies. You're still healing from this here, I see. Whatever that is. And now they're coming into it, I hear. It's a little too late or something like that. Oh, I have this one too. Forgiving. They didn't mean to hurt you, but you're holding on to it. Forgiving helps you get past it. Bad timing, silence, and snow. Yeah, working on forgiving. Forgive yourselves too. No regrets, right? We all make mistakes, and these some things are fated, and then we just learn from them to move on. So I feel like don't necessarily take it as, and plus when you're healing from something, you got to get through the nasty part. You got to get through the muck, right? You got to get through like the sadness, the grief, the anger, the guilt, whatever it happens to be. And it takes time. And then maybe you're able to start forgiving. I know in my journey it was very hard, and I'm still working on it. Trust me, because some of them don't really deserve it. But you gotta keep on keeping on, right? Anywho, cuts both ways, good and bad aspects, mixed blessing, division. Yeah, this boxing match here. This is the hope, fear, challenge, and homework column. Or no, no, this is crowning you. Boundaries. Yeah, boundaries with the competition, the battles, the arguments, right? People just like oil and water right now. They're just not getting along. People need to, I do feel a lot of disrespectful energies, and enough is enough. Somebody needs to put their foot down or some shit, you know. I'm not sure how that's going to be yet. I need two more. I'm going to take the bottom one. Dream world, living in a fantasy, not real love. Yeah, it's an illusion. The sun's here, though, however, right next to it. So there's some kind of exposure. Some kind of secrets are coming out. It's not as it seems. Somebody's creating an illusion. Maybe some people feel like, someone isn't doing so well, and then others here are established and secure and grounded. All right, so this established person who is healing or trying to, in a lot of ways, I see, which is good, and still dealing with some sort of delusion, facing it. Something isn't right. Don't be afraid to find out the truth. It will set you free. Somebody's feeling it hard. They need to face their own or look in the mirror or whatever. Hi there, Pure. Hey there. This is with feminine energy, masculine energy, and the connection of things with the biome. All right. All right, moving on. What else? Virgo, I hope everybody is having a good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world watching. Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, everybody. Greetings. Namaste. Show me what I need to see, Spirit. We're going to get a little more tea before we get into my tarot. Facial hair or beard. This late bloomer, maybe? Or is this the person that's the elder? You can place that, but that might be a reference for you. Absolutely. Energy and synergy, putting the energy and synergy into healing and forgiving. Somebody's a little too late, though, however. Too little, too late. And somebody's just getting it that there's boundaries there and they can't cross them. And I feel like somebody's facing the truth and not liking it very much, quite honestly. Are you making somebody look at themselves, Virgo? Is that what I'm seeing here for my North Noders? Cancer's out there. I already did Cancer. Oh, you missed it being live? I did it. I only have Aries after this. Spiritual court. Spiritual court, the divine order of things. This is crowning you, Virgo. Making boundaries, going with the flow, good and bad aspects of this situation, this boxing match here, or whatever, right? Somebody's in spiritual court, they're being judged, or it has to do with a court. Optimistic. This is your hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Optimist, yeah, looking at things the best way you can, hoping for the best, right? I always hope for the best and prepare for the worst. I've learned. But yeah, being optimistic is good, you know, being ridiculously positive, even. I tell people, you know, like ridiculously positive sometimes, because that's what you're going to be attracting in the long run, you know. But yeah, trying to be optimistic, maybe even for some of you. Depends on where you are in the story. One more, please, and we can get into my tarot. Think they want me to take that one? Arrogance and entitled. Great. We're talking narcissist. Spiritual court. They're under judgment. Right? Hi, everybody. Yeah. No, this is the time, man. We're at, you know, this great awakening. Judgment. We're in times of judgment. Spiritual court. It only makes sense that, you know, people are actually being held accountable for their actions, you know, and a lot of people don't like to face it, right? So they're going to try and weasel their way out. They're going to play victim. They're going to do whatever they have to do to get out of it. And that's part of the narcissist. You know, we've actually been taught in society to take their abuse and sit at the same table with them and take it. And it's not like that anymore. Things are changing. You know, people are standing up for what they believing in, and you know, it's a slow thing, obviously, on this planet. It's a very dark planet that we're on, but these things take time, you know. Gaia is changing, you know. All right, so we're gonna use my Oz in Wonderland deck. The Lovers reversed. Facial hair or beard is right over this. This could be an ex situationship, an ex relationship, whatever that is. shaggy man, Knight of Pentacles, energy and synergy. It's very slow moving. Are they not getting it yet? You know, it says a little too late and then late bloomer, you know, like somebody not getting it. You're trying to make the boundaries clear. All right, maybe it's changing a little from what I said. I don't know. My cards change 100 times in my readings sometimes. The Witch reversed. This is crowning you. Somebody is either against this person, this Dorothy, male or female. I'm thinking it's you. This is number 25 as a major arcana in this deck. There's extras. And this still has meaning. This is right? I don't care if you're a guy, just flip it and flop it, right? But they're either refusing or denying. This person is just trying to be themselves, just trying to be Dorothy, right? Spiritual court. Somebody's against that person in their decision. So it doesn't, I feel like it doesn't matter. It's the higher court that's in session or something. I don't know how that's going to be for you. Show me. I need a bunch. King of Swords down. Oh, yeah. Narcissists are known to be big fat liars. Yep, and it's showing here. The Empath, Page of Cups. We could be talking about someone's child. We're all someone's child. Doesn't matter how old we are. Being optimistic through these lies, this delusion. You know, looking at the exposure, people, I feel like you're going to be, people have heard or they know or something like that. And you might hear it through the grapevine kind of a thing. But, you know, the Hope, Fear, Challenge and homework here is that this illusionist, this master illusionist, whoever this narc is, it's staying optimistic, sure, but people do have to pay for what they've done and no one else is accountable except them. So maybe you're handing it over to God. Is that what you're doing? I'm washing my hands. There's my boundaries. You do it. You know, I don't know. Maybe somebody has a lot of empathy. This is another extra major in this deck. This is 23. Someone is an empath. And that could be you as well, my higher vibrationals. Absolutely. Dealing with this arrogant, entitled energy. And they're facing it. And you know what? There are so many arrogant, entitled kids in this world that think they can get away with, you know, acting rude and obnoxious and get away with this and that just because they scream louder than that. You know, no, they need to take accountability, and maybe the spiritual court is the best thing for them, right? Whoops, card down. You know, yeah, Page of Cups, Child of Wonder. I do feel like it is a child, but here I have facial hair or beard, and I have the Lovers down. Maybe this is an ex-lover who acts like a child, or whatever. LB, right, Kathy? Or, you know, I'm not sure, but dreamy, wishy-washy kind of energies there at the same time, like they're just not getting it or something. I don't know if I'm talking about two situations or not, but you can place that because I'm getting a lot of mixed signals here. 3 of Wands down, the shaggy man. You know there's no future there. 3 of Wands down. They just, you know, trying to forgive them and all, I think, is on your mind. But honestly, it's the silence, I feel. That's what you need to heal, I feel, because it's like a very Carl Jung kind of aspect. When we're in silence, we hear the most, and we don't always realize it in the moment. It's later when we look back on things, right? But that creates the hermit, which is the wise one, lighting the way for someone else on that dark path, so people can see down that dark path, right? Yeah. Dead center in the reading, we have 4 of Wands reversed. Could be some bad news around the home or something. We're not really celebrating this witch turned down spiritual court, going with the flow and keeping your boundaries kind of thing all at the same time is crowning you, you know. This is more than likely, I feel, in two different ways. I don't know if it's the same way for you or one of or the other, but the wealthy and secure, yeah, King of Pentacles. He is wealthy. He's king of his wealth, his kingdom, his, you know. So on that hand, but then I feel like the arrogant and entitled also out of that same card. So you can place it either way. King of Swords down with the big fat lies and staying optimistic right now. I think it's going to test you a little bit, you know, but being in that silent time, you know, oh look, the Hermit. But it's this one's refusing to this person. They're very unhealed. They don't, I'm not sure they even understand like how. Maybe someone wants to teach them, you know, maybe you want to show them or what. I'm not sure. Give them a little guidance. Maybe you're sick of it and there's the boundaries and they got to do it on their own. I'm not sure, but I feel arrogant and entitled right over this. Yeah, they're just going to refuse. They don't know what it's like, the energy of, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just fine. Because what they know is their reality, right? So they don't, it's a mental illness is what it is. Narcissism is an illness, is a, yeah. Now, I believe narcissism is on the edge of the illness and the personality disorder. But when it starts getting into the sociopaths, the sadists, the psychopath, that kind of thing, it's definitely a personality disorder, you know. But that's how I recognize the two, right? Yeah, they were crafting black magic all along, facial hair or beard. They were not mastering their life lessons. They weren't, you know, the master crafter of their life or whatever. I feel, you know, facial hair or beard. I feel like, you know, it's a little too late now and they're just not kind of getting it. Or are they? Because it's like, I don't know. Is someone okay? I am feeling mental illness. You know, this could be like dementias. It could be, I don't really feel bipolars too much, or at least not yet, but it's definitely, yeah, something. King of Cups down. This could be very unhappy situation, but someone could be having emotional outbursts or um, tantrums, acting like a child. I'm not sure how that's going to be. It could also, on the other hand, represent like an happiness hater, you know, kind of thing. You know, it's not going anywhere, right? I need 3 more cards here. Yeah, making those boundaries and sticking with them, right? Doing what you need to do. This person's in a land of illusions. Justice, yeah, what's fair is fair. Very Libra energy, absolutely. Going with the flow. Somebody could be waiting on some results. This is fair. This is fairness. This is leveling the scales, right? It could be doing what's right. I don't know how it's going to play in your scenarios, you know. Not real good news around the home, but it's going to be panned out maybe, or leveled or something, or that's what it's about. The Devil reversed and King of Wands reversed. This person, you know, breaking chains and breaking addictions. You know, this King of Pentacles, maybe breaking addictions. It's also behavioral patterns. This could be obsessions, you know. But whatever it is, King of Pentacles, very stubborn, big fat liar here, fell off his throne or was never on it. I don't know. But King of Wands down now is a dark warlock. It's a black witch. arrogant and entitled, wow, they're facing it. And they're going to have to. And if they act like a little baby, let them, because that's what they do. Narcissists act like spoiled, rotten little children. They could be 80 years old, for God's sakes, and having temper, and that's where the line is in society. It's starting to be more and more recognized. And the more light we shine on it, the more they have to face it, right? Now we have Six of Wands down. We don't really want the public to know, but unfortunately, I think it's, the community and all, they know, or something. If there's, I do feel a lot of people, there's like a coven or a group or a cult, or there's a bunch of them. I knew I felt quite a few different energies. All right. Yeah, we're going to switch to my Green Witch Tarot deck. And you're here just trying to be Dorothy, being the empath, and it's like you're dealing with a lot right now. I feel like 7 of Thieves reversed, 3 of Chalices reversed. Yeah, they can't party anymore or something. The messages are slow coming. Party's over. Yep, they can't lie. They can't steal or cheat or betray or whatever the hell they were doing. Definite mental health issues are being highlighted now that we have this card on the table. And there we have the 3 of Chalices down, which is party's over. The Shaggy Man, maybe they're asking for forgiveness, but it's like, it's just a little too late, a little too late. Should have done that. Like, how old is this person? Is he literally have facial hair and a beard? Then he's definitely old. I don't know. 10 of Wands down. Dealing with it hard. Yeah. I feel like someone isn't really themselves. Spiritual court right over this. Someone's not really themselves. There's something. Some of these people may have attachments. Wow. 10 of Chalices. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework is the happy home, balancing, making it happen. But there's a big liar around that home, and staying optimistic right now, There's always that little mustard seed of hope, right? It's always there. Never goes away. Don't care like who says no, it's not. Yeah, there is a mustard seed in you, and it's there. And that's the mustard seed. You draw that hope, you draw that strength, right? 5 of Wands down, 5 of Chalices down, the Wheel of Fortune, or Wheel of the Year, same thing. Yeah, wow, things are changing. A lot of things are changing for this narc, right? The competition is over. There's no more fighting or feuding or arrogant and entitled. It's about coming to an end. It's about stopping it, or what? I do feel like you care an immense amount for this person. If it is your child, of course you do. But maybe you're letting, I don't know. There's a lot of sadness. There's a lot of regret of this, or maybe grief, or what? Facial hair or beard right over this. Very unflighty, reckless, maybe. It's about change. The 3 of Wands down is right next to this, right? What seeds are you planting for later in the year? So there's always a harvest coming, right? What are you planting? Nothing's coming out of that field. That's dried up mud. We need to go over in that field and start anew, right? The wheel is turning in your favor, however, when that shows up like that. Excuse me. Hi, everybody. That's right, narcissists. Yeah, they'll, I'll tell you, they're going to be in for a rude awakening when, it all comes down. 5 of Pentacles right in the middle. Yeah. Very, very, Somebody feels left out. You can feel that right away. I do feel a lot of regrets here. People are very disappointed. It's not good to be in that. That's what we need to work on. Forgiving yourselves, even for the mistakes that we have made and others. But that, like I said, is something we always work on, because that sometimes can be the hardest part and maybe the last thing that we work on our healing journey. Maybe, you know. Spiritual court is in session. Yeah, Lady in the Lord, you love this person. You definitely love this person. Staying optimistic, right? Somebody is in a dream world. Sun's here. Sun is shining brightly, right? Something about wealth and security as well. Something about someone's security. Ace of Wands reversed. I feel like somebody wants to fight. Somebody wants to. We got Five of Wands reversed. And then we got Ace of Wands reversed. They want to, but they can't. They have no, and you probably have no drive or, you know, for this, right? Masculine and feminine energy right above this, right? Authority, discipline. Yeah, these little narcs need a little discipline in their life because they can't get away with acting a fool, you know? Responsibility. We need to grow up, right? That's part of life. Page of Wands down, the Magician down. Yeah, facial hair or beard. I don't feel like they put anything into their life, whoever I'm talking about here. They crafted dark or nothing at all. They never mastered their lessons or whatever in life. I mean, I feel like this is a very stubborn, lazy. I feel very very lazy. I'm thinking lazy bones. You know? LB. Oh, yeah. All right, show me more. We can move on. It's all about change, and a lot of things are changing. And you know, it's funny seeing the wheel of the year in front of me here. And as we're entering spring, you know, it's just, it makes so much perfect, you know, sense to me for that to show. Something is divinely timed as well. It's about divine timing, spiritual court. It's kind of reversed. Yeah, the World Tree. King of Cups down. Somebody does not like the fact that they can't move on or something. There's the sneaky snake here. See, under that World Tree. That's probably the dream world, land of illusion one. Sneaky snake. There's no closure there. They're waiting on closure. Somebody here, the King of Cups, I feel like is totally emotionally immature. I'll leave it at that. A lot of immature emotional energies, actually. Queen of Wands, Harvest. We got King of Wands down, Queen of Wands up. Oh yeah, this one's a witch. This one could be the empath. Could also be you, boss, or if it's not you. I mean, if it is you, you could be bossing up and making things right. But there's some sort of something with justice here, spiritual courts in session. Making things happen. Somebody's glowing up and showing up here. So are you going to show up in court and still support them? I'm not sure. Whatever that's about. Say if we are going to court. All right. Harvest is like the awakening card. It's also the judgment card, which I was just talking about, all in one. And here it's represented as a harvest. It should be the harvest judgment times for us. That's what we're aiming for, right? But here I feel, you know, breaking the chains and the judgment of it all, spiritual court. It's in session, man. It's in session. Being optimistic that court goes well. Somebody's got some dough. Somebody has some coin out there. That's good. Yeah, that's good, because there's a lot of people in this world that don't. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Yep. Somebody has some coin. We got the King and Queen of Pentacles. We got the masculine and the feminine on the table. Somebody's good with money. Somebody manages money well. Somebody might be an accountant out there or something. Maybe you work at Fidelity in Boston. I don't know why that came to me, but there might be a Virgo out there that does. Anywho, taking charge of the King of Wands down, that the one that fell off the throne, right? Arrogant and entitled, right over this. Whoever this little shit is needs to learn their lessons. It's like, here's a Band-Aid, you know? Really, here's a flipping Band-Aid. Page of Pentacles down. Yeah, they crafted some, they've got themselves wound into something they didn't, it's not good. It's good that they're breaking chains and behaviors or whatever, or that's what we're hoping for, because I feel like whatever they're crafting here is crap. It's like dark. It's not, certainly not of the light, whatever it is. All right, now I'm going to ask you guys out there to, again, use your intuition. I'm going to show you this card. It's a soul card. They're very deep. And it's, you know, sometimes it takes a minute to focus what the hell is on this card, because the artwork is pretty wild. But you take what you interpret, and I'll give you my interpretation as well. Some of you are very spiritual out there. I like it. I'll let you look at it before I say hi, everybody. I feel like you're looking for divine guidance. You're looking within, looking for protection. You know, the colors are beautiful. Red, orange, yellow. A lot of love. And with this card here, I feel somebody has a really beautiful soul out there. You know, Dorothy here, that's being refused. Could be a starseed. It's possible that somebody's a light worker. Either way, you're an empath. I'm going to see what you're cooking up in your kitchens in the next couple weeks. Ginger and power. All right. Ginger. I like ginger. All right, check it out. Don't forget to flip and flop your energies and genders should you need to. If you found that your magical abilities have waned lately or wish to add more pungency to your spell work, then allow me to assist. My forceful and fiery influence will help to accelerate the results you desire. For the power of my root has been revered since ancient times. When you're down or when someone tries to overshadow or bully you, your personal power fades. Add some ginger magic in your world and turn up the heat. I will bring you the confidence to live up to your full potential. Nice. As your power increases, together we shall combat nightmares, incite passion, and heal physical ailments such as stomach and digestive problems. In addition to spicing up your culinary delights in the kitchen, my medicinal properties offer anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects for healing your body. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay. Hi, everybody. Yes, praise the Lord. Absolutely. Source. Yeah, he is source. This one does take reversals. Show me what I need for Virgo. That was funny. I didn't even see what it was. If I knew it was going to flip over and what, I would have looked at it closer. The Sacred Union reversed. Number 27, for those who care. Partnership and romance. Yeah, with this ex-lovers or what? This is an ex-situationship for sure. Of some sort. I'm going to show it to you upright. Hello. I don't mind answering some questions. You can throw a question at me in my email. Absolutely. Anywho, don't forget to flip and flop should you need to. The Sacred Union, as your challenger, warns you to be careful of your associations at this time. You may be entering into a situation that will cause more aggravation and drama than you can handle. Be mindful as well of addictive tendencies in making partnership commitments. Yeah, you might be feeling a little lonely right now, and wishing, so be careful of that. Where am I? Be mindful as well of addictive tendencies in making partnership commitments. Are you choosing from an obsessive need to distract yourself from moving forward in your life? Are you ignoring your red flags in order to change the course of events that suit you better? Could it be possible that you're the recipient of these mixed messages? This is a time to put a little distance between you and your query. More will be revealed to help you to make the correct choice to support your goals' growth, your soul's growth. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If somebody plays on that too, they might play on your emotional strings. I don't have anybody else. That's going to be playing out too for some of you, I feel like. All right, Grandma. What do we got for Virgo? Say hi to Grandma Josie. Grandma Josie's in the house. What do you got, Grandma, for Virgo? This is her deck. I have a few of them. I should pull more of them out. Letter. You might expect a letter or maybe some sort of communication, something like that. Hey, Ziggy. Hey, Red Jasper. Yep. Yep. Remember that cartoon? Yep. What Petrie. Petrie in that dinosaur cartoon. I used to have kids in the house a long time ago. Yeah, I remember that. Yep. Baby. Somebody could be the baby in the family. Maybe someone's having a baby. We don't have other cards to support that, but it's possible. Show me, Grams. What's going on? Enemy. There's an enemy around you, Virgo. Be mindful. Be vigilant. For the most part, I feel like you know who you can trust and who not to. But I don't know about this one. Someone's an enemy. Someone might be covert. Covert narc. Misfortune. Yeah, it's a very unfortunate situation. It's almost like a tower, the realizations of it all. Falseness. They're fake. Narcs don't know how to be real. They don't know how to have a real conversation. They're always putting somebody down, degrading them, telling them how to do this or that, taking power and control, maybe suppressing and oppressing people's ideas and opinions and keeping their light from them. You know, it can be pretty wicked stuff. I went through it my whole life to a point where it was more than abusive. I can't believe I survived the death spells that I was under. Major hexes and curses I had to get through and break and heal from. It was not easy, you know, so I get it. These energies are tough. It's not easy taking the devil down, you know. These are your messages, Virgo. Be cool, man. Be kind. Be patient. And just be a good human. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Take care, and I'll see you soon.